Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everyone doing today? How is everyone doing today? Once again, this is Gregory Wiles coming live to you from Houston, Texas with this inspirational morning walk. The inspirational morning walk. For first time listeners, I just get some exercise in the morning, do some walking. But if it's around the block, on the track, wherever it is, I can get some exercise in. I can just share some thoughts with you guys. Whatever you're inspired to talk about that day, I will share the thought with you. Good morning, Tessa. Good morning. How are you today? Yes, I'll just share some thoughts with you guys. Whatever you're inspired to talk about that day, I will just share that with you guys. Good morning, Jillian. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, you can see our weather here. It's just normal to be chilly in the mornings. Now it's down in about 40s, late 40s today, so that's good. That's good. This is becoming normal weather now for this time of the year. But by the end of the day, we can go back up into a comfortable, maybe late 60s, 70s, and it's going to be really nice by after lunch when the sun really come up strong and stuff. But yeah. So I'm going to get right into it today. I'm going to get right into it because I want to cover some material and continue to lay this foundation that we started working on, right? So what I want to talk today about is opposition to prayers, right? Opposition to prayers. Why sometimes you go and you go into prayer and you get your answers right away, and the next time it seems like you got to wait forever and like God not hearing you and like he forgot about you and you're getting no results, right? And you're getting no results. And yet still in Mark 11:24 is telling us, therefore I tell you, whatever you ask in prayer, believe that you will receive it and it will be yours. But you say, Mark, I believe this stuff, but it's still not happening, man. Look how long I'm praying. I believe it. So why it's not happening, Mark? You telling me if I pray and I believe it's going to happen, right? And I pray and I believe in, and nothing is happening for me. What's going on there? So let's about to explain one possible reason why that could happen, right? And we all on this same team where our good friend Paul was telling us in 2 Corinthians 4:18, we do not look at the things that can be seen, right? He's telling about this unseen stuff, look beyond our physical eyes seeing, right? So let's put some of that together. Beverly Garden, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching, right? So this opposition to prayers. Why sometimes we pray right away, we get answers, and the next time answer seems to take long to come, all right? So let's look at the young man where that happened to in the Bible, in Daniel, right? Daniel was in that same situation. Let's see how Daniel handled it, right? Just Daniel 9:20 through 23. See, Daniel was praying for his people, right? He went into prayer for his folks in Israel. But here what happened here, right? Daniel 9:20, 23. He said, that is Daniel speaking now. He said, while I was speaking and praying, confessing my sin and the sins of my people, Israel, and making my request to the Lord my God, for his holy hill. While I was still in prayer, Gabriel, the man I had seen in an earlier vision, came to me in swift flight about the time of evening sacrifice. So he's saying he was still in praying, asking God for some answers, praying for his people. And what this is saying, before he could even get up from his knees from praying, the angel come with his answer, right? The angel came in swift flight. The angel came, right? So before he could even get up from praying, and you know this happened to you sometimes. You're praying and asking God for some answers, and you get the answers right away. It even scare you. It's like, whoa, you operating so quickly. I just asked, and you get some answers right away. This will happen to Daniel right here. Before he could even get up from his knees praying, this angel Gabriel come and give him his answers. He instructed me and said to me, Daniel, I have now come to give you insight and understanding. But here what 23 said. He said, as soon as you begin to pray, he didn't say 10 minutes after, the next day. He said, as soon as you begin to pray, a word went out, which I have come to tell you. So God really, as soon as Daniel got down and started praying, he believed it. Mark 11 saying, if we pray and we believe, it's gonna be ours, right? So soon as he got down in prayer, the word went out, the angel said, and he said he come to give him the word, right? For you are highly esteemed, therefore consider the word and understand the vision. See, Daniel had a vision and he just want understanding. But soon as he can get up from his knees, he got this answer, right? That's in one case, right? He got his answer right away. But let's see what happened in this next case now. Let's see in Daniel 10 what happened when he went to prayer, right? So Daniel 10, this is when he wants some answers. I get this vision stuff about this war, this great war. So you need some more answers. So Daniel know where to go to get his answers, right? Daniel know he ain't coming to the physical man, he going to his God to get his answers. So he decides. So in Daniel 2, I'll pick it up from Daniel 2. So that's what the gist of it. He's going to get some answers, right? In Daniel 10:2, he said, "At that time, I, Daniel, mourned for 3 weeks, and I ate no choice food, no meat, or no wine touched my lips, and I used no lotion at all until 3 weeks was over," right? So this is the popular Daniel fast. So people talk about Daniel went to get some answers, right? But when I was preparing this, a little revelation come to me. It did not say Daniel set out to do a 3 weeks fast, right? It didn't say Daniel. He said, "At that time, I, Daniel, mourned for 3 weeks." He mourned for 3 weeks. He went into this fast. I ate no choice food, no meat or no wine touched my lips, and I used no lotions at all until 3 weeks was over, right? 3 weeks. But here why I think he stopped at the 3 weeks, right? So he had this vision and all. If you can read it, I can't go through everything. We don't have the time to go through everything. But that was Daniel 2. And let's jump ahead to Daniel 10 through 14, right? He had this vision. If you read it, you can talk about this vision he had, and you see this man and his skin was like this and all that. But let's pick it up from 14. So he in this vision, he fall down. He said he fall and went into this sleep after, he got this vision. So in 10, Daniel 10:10, let's pick it up from there. He said, this after he falls on the ground, right? He said, "A hand touched me and set me trembling on my hands and knees. He said, 'Daniel, you are highly esteemed. Consider carefully the words I am about to speak to you, and stand up, for I have now been sent to you.' And when he said this to me, I stood up trembling," right? So this angel come again to give Daniel some answers to what he's praying for, right? Then he continued. He said, "Do not be afraid, Daniel, since again, right? Again. So this tells me when we begin to pray, God hear our prayers right away, right? This is the message here. He hear our prayers right away, because here he said, "Do not be afraid, Daniel, since the first day that you set your mind to gain understanding and to humble yourself before your God." Remember this fast he's talking about when Daniel said at this time he went into this 3 weeks mourning when he no choice foods, right? So he's saying the first day since you start the fast, Daniel, right? Since the first day that you had set your mind to gain understanding and to humble yourself before your God, your words were heard. Your words were heard since the first day. Your words were heard, and I have come in response to them. But the prince of the Persian kingdom resisted me for 21 days. Hold on a minute here. We're talking about the angel Gabriel we're giving Daniel a message from God. This is not no physical being, right? This is spiritual. Remember Paul tell us in 2 Corinthians, "Set not our eyes on the things that are seen." Paul trying to just look beyond. This is an angel coming to give Daniel a message from God. Same angel will give him the message above there, right? Well, he's saying the prince of the Persian kingdom. Now, if you don't have this spiritual insight that I'm trying to give you, you can think, oh, it's a prince, the son of the king of Persia tried to stop him. No. Remember, it's an angel coming. So how this physical man could stop this angel? Tell me. He can't even see this angel, right? So how could he stop him, right? So that's what Paul was trying to tell us. This is what goes on in the unseen world that we're trying to get believers to understand. This is what goes on when you pray, right? He said the prince of the Persian kingdom. So this is how the demonic kingdom is set up, is patterned just off of God's kingdom. Is well organized. And give you a quick example. It's just like let's say in Texas, we got governors, we got senators, and then it break down into every city got their own mayors, and they got Congress people, and they got this and they got, and it come all the way down, right? And then as the whole United States, we got the different states, all the governors, and make up Congress, and then we got a president, and he got the final say to put anything. So it's the same way this kingdom set up. So this was the prince over Persia at the time, because there was 4 big world powers at that time. It was Persia, it was It was Rome, and the Babylonians, the Persians, the Greeks, and the Roman Empire, right? So this was the demonic force that's over Persia. And for some reason, Daniel had to pass that way. And he stopped him and he said he held him up for 3 weeks. So he said, I got your message, Daniel. I was coming to give it to you. But 3 weeks he held me up for. Remember, Daniel said he went into fast and for 3 weeks and 21 days. So this tells me Daniel didn't set out to do a 3 weeks fast. Daniel went into fasting till he get answers, but he got his answers after 3 weeks because this angel was held up. But it could be just like in this first case in Daniel 9:20-23. He could have got an answer on the first day, just like in the beginning, just like in the other case. He could have got an answer on the first day. For whatever reason, this answer, the enemy didn't want him to get the answer, so this prince held him up. But hear what he said, right? He said, then Michael, one of the chief princes, came to help me. So God now sent his prince, right? Because I could tell you, the demonic kingdom is well organized, but he's not to get credit for it. All he did is pattern his kingdom off of God's kingdom. Remember, he came from there. So all he do is take the whole structure, how God organized his kingdom, and he organized his kingdom like that, right? So God now sent his bad man, Michael, go and take care of this business here for me. So then Michael, one of the chief priests, came to help me because I was detained there with the king of Persia. So now I have to come to explain to you what will happen to your people in the future for the vision concerning a time yet to come. So he said, no, after 3 weeks, Michael come, and Michael beat this guy up, so to speak, that was holding me back. Michael was more powerful than him. That's why the enemy setup is not as powerful as God's setup. God and I was with him. So God just sent one of his princes. Okay, Michael, go and take care of business here. Let Gabriel go and give Daniel my message. But the point what I want to get to you, God heard him since the first day and sent that thing. So sometimes we get into prayer and we thinking God is not answering our prayers. Sometimes, in some cases, this could be happening, and that's why Paul is warning us, look at things unseen. Not because you didn't get your answer right away to mean God didn't hear you. He's saying there's other things could causing that, and you need to look at your life and see other things could causing you getting hindered in this area and why you're not getting your prayers in this area. Don't look at this particular thing. That's what this is. There's other things that can cause your prayers to be hindered. Why you're not getting certain things. Don't only look at that situation. Look beyond it, right? And that's what he's saying. So he said, Michael, come and free him up, right? And what I want to show you now, right? He talked a little bit when he got to return, what got to happen, right? And let's jump to 20 and said, so he said, this is when he talking when he got to go back, what you got to go through when he got to go back up to heaven, right? So he said, do you know why I have come to you? Soon I will return to fight against the prince of Persia. The prince of Persia saying, okay, bro, I know you got to pass this way. I don't know. It tells me that this is some highway, freeway, whatever, but the way back, he got to pass this way again. So the prince of Persia saying, okay, I'm going to wait right here for you. You got to deal with me when you're coming back. Michael helped you out that time there. But not only that, the prince of Persia, then I will go he said, let me read that over again. He says, soon I will return to fight the prince of Persia, and when I go, the prince of Greece will come. So guess what happened? The prince of Persia said, you bring Michael to back. I'm going to get my buddy, a next prince of Greece now. I'm going to get the prince of Greece. So I going to get back up when you coming back here now. I got backup now. You call backup, I call him backup now. So that's what the angel is saying. Now the prince of Greece will come. But first I'll tell you what is written in the book. So he's saying, let me tell you this quickly. Let me give you a message quick, because I got to go back there, bro, and I got to fight. It's a war for me to get back to where I'm coming from, right? Guys, this man called him backup now. So it's not an easy task to me. I just held up 21 days to come down here. I don't know. I got to fight my way back. So what I want to say to people, this is what happens, what's going on in the unseen world when we get into fasting, when we get into serious praying, not only fasting, but praying. We are upsetting the enemy's camp. But we don't see this, right? And a lot of times we just think, oh, it's just a prayer. But when you get this knowledge now, your prayers could be more bold. You could be more confident, knowing that things are happening. Daniel had no idea this whole war going on. He just on his knees praying, he fasting, and he praying. He got no idea. Wow, this big war going on because he said he was praying. They got big war going on. Prince of Persia beating up Angel Gabriel, trying to stop him. Archangel Michael had to come in to get into this battle. Now we go back, the Prince of Greece and the Prince of Persia, and probably God got to send some more backup to release him. All of this going on because Daniel just said, go down and start to pray, right? But we don't know that, and that's what Paul trying to get us. Look beyond that, guys. Look beyond that. It's not only what you see and you think your prayers are being heard. There's a lot going on, and this possibly could be a reason why sometimes our prayers is being delayed. There's lots of other reasons, but I want to get you to understand, when you pray, you're causing a lot of problem in the enemy camp. That's why they say prayer without ceasing, right? So sometimes you might be going through something right now, right? Probably this might be speaking to some people in some situation. Some of you, this could be your situation, right? There are many reasons why your prayers could be hindered. So you could use this little nugget now, right? And go and change up your little prayer. And say, God, if there's anything preventing me, any blockage, preventing your message from getting to me, preventing my breakthroughs, preventing my blessing, you can send your Archangel Michael, just like you did for Daniel back in those days, and clear the way for me so my prayers could be answered, so I can get to my breakthroughs. You can use this now in your prayers. Because remember, you're just like Daniel. They're just people who lived thousands of years ago. They're no different from us. The same flesh, blood, same makeup. God loved them just like he loved us. And he can do the same thing. So you can use this same little nugget in your prayers now. And this, I remember a man, he's trying to sell his house, right? He said 2 years, a nice house. He could sell it for a good price. He was trying just to, get rid of it. And good neighborhood, everything. It was real attractive. He said, this is quick. You want to get it off quickly. He said, but 2 years went by. People coming, looking at the house and nothing, right? And then he heard this message one time. You get this understanding. He changed up his prayers just like what I'm telling you. And he said the next day, a man come to buy the house. I hear what the man tell him. The man said, from the first day you put the sign in your yard, I'd wanted this house. I put my house on the market because I had to get my house sold so I can buy your house. This was the house I dreamed about. But he said, William Pinker, thank you for watching. Tracy Hamer, thank you. But he said, his house wasn't selling, right? And after he learned this and he changed up his prayer like this, he went and the next day this man come and the man telling him. The man said, just all of a sudden yesterday, all the bank was holding me up and I had a lot of trouble getting this loan and all of that. And all of a sudden yesterday, that's the same day he changed up his prayer, I got the loan, so now I come to buy your house cash, right? So we're saying, guys, that sometimes this is the reason. Sometimes this is the reason why you could be held up, right? And Daniel had a vision. He was in a vision. I want to go off quick on a side note. A lot of us out here, because God says, not let nothing happen on this earth without revealing it to his prophets. And a lot of us out here walking around are some of the prophets. The prophet, you don't have to go to a Bible school. You don't have to be a bishop. You don't have to, nothing. He can use any one of us. And a lot of us are prophets out here that he's revealing things in dreams and visions just like we do in Daniel and these guys. But we don't understand what to do with them. We don't understand what to do with it. And we get in these dreams and we're afraid to tell people because people are going to think we're weird. Oh, these guys, he's a little nuts. He always talking about these visions and these weird dreams he having. And you're afraid to tell people and God revealing stuff to you, but you don't know what to do with it. Well, I hope, you get a little better understanding. That's my goal, to give people knowledge so they can get a little more understanding and utilize their gifts. Because he says, true knowledge, the just shall be delivered. He says people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge, but it's true knowledge, the just shall be delivered. So I want to open your spiritual eyes to look beyond the things that we're seeing right in front of us. Something not happening in our lives. Don't only look at that situation. It could be other things that causing that, right, guys? So I'm going to leave that there today. So that, right, I'm going to leave that there today and hope I'm making some progress at opening that spiritual eyes and you understanding what Paul was saying here in 2 Corinthians. We do not set our eyes on the things that are seen all the time. Yes, I know you saying I'm praying, nothing happening, but I'm doing everything right. And why God not answering me? And then people get frustrated and say this thing is not real, and then they go and turn to other means, right? And there's all of this going on your behalf that you don't know about. So continue praying and keep the faith and clear the blockage that might prevent you from your breakthrough. All right, guys, I'm going to leave that there. Have a great, great day. We'll speak again on Friday. Have a great day. Okay, bye.